What is going on, everybody? How are y'all doing? I hope y'all are having a wonderful night. If you could just get some things out of the way, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Helps out a ton. Thank y'all for being here. Hopefully you have checked out my newest video. It's a Final Fantasy XIV video, go figure. And hopefully you've checked that out. Hopefully you're here tonight to discuss some games, talk about what's coming out, some of the things that these studios are doing. Netflix getting GTA, like, weird, but cool. Hero, so I'm actually not here. Well, Hero, I'm glad you're not here, sir. Have a good meeting, brother. But no, we get to talk about Phantom Blade Zero getting its own state of play. Lad, that was not on my bingo card. Sorry, by the way, I'm a little congested. 'Tis the season to be congested in the state of Arkansas, so I get to deal with that. Faulkie is going to be here, and so we have him coming in tonight. He should be here very shortly. And this is the new night, guys. Episode 54. This is the new night. Episode 55 next week is our draft night, where we are going to be the four of us. There's going to be four of us here. It's going to be Josh, myself, Innate, and Logic. All of us are going to be here. It's going to be a draft style snake draft, 16 picks on the board, and we are going to be picking our favorite franchises, our top four. We can only play these four franchises for as long as we live. That's it. Nothing else. What do you got? And so, like, I'm excited. I'm excited to see some of the off-the-wall things. I'm excited to see maybe somebody gets theirs stolen, like pick order and things like that. So I'm really, really excited about this. This was a idea that was sparked and given by Logic, and then I put the draft spin on it because I watch a couple of Magic channels that do like a draft of like, hey, favorite card to play, or favorite creature, or favorite spell, or what have you, and they do it in a draft format. So really like that. That is next Thursday. It's going to be episode 55. Really, really happy. Can't wait for that. It's going to be great. And guess what? We're just going to talk about games tonight. That's right. Games. That's it. Nothing special. Just games. And that's what we're here to do. We are here to talk about the games. And so let's go over the list of topics for tonight. First, we are definitely watching this thing because, yes, Lord, it is the new trailer for Ace Combat. Came out 2 days ago. It's the Art of Aircraft trailer. And so as we discuss the topics for tonight, I am just going to let this play in the background. We have well, I can't let it play in the background because I'm a dipstick. There we go. Yeah, here we go. We have new Ghost of Yotei story trailer and content for story content and roguelike. A new mode coming to that, so that's really cool. They're doing the same thing they did with Ghost of Tsushima and giving it its own mode now, its own story mode, its own special mode and its own new expansion. So that's going to be fun. I platinumed the game first time around, so I'll probably end up platinuming the expansion, just not at release. There's too much crap coming out. This is coming out in October, and I have Wolverine. Then I have shortly after that Ace Combat 8, which is what we're watching right now, the trailer for. And then after that, I have Final Fantasy Resonance. And so it may get played after Resonance, but I was reading today that Resonance is supposed to be like 80 hours for the folks who want to complete it, about 30 to 60 or 30 to 50 for those who are looking just to kind of dabble, do some of the story, go through it and beat it that way. And so, yeah, there's a good chance that I'm going to be busy for the next few months, but I will get back around to this. I loved the original Ghost of Yotei. I loved the first setting. It was gorgeous. It was amazing. I loved everything about it, except some of the story choices. But outside of that, I think the game was phenomenal. And yeah, so we have that. And then the next thing we have is Phantom Blade Zero is getting a state of play, which that's weird to me. I'm not weird in the sense like, oh, PlayStation can't do a state of play on this game. Just weird in the sense that I didn't think it was that hyped. And I mean, shoot, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not that hype, but I mean, my goodness. It's getting its own state of play. And then we have what might be an overcorrection, or it's just a good month. We're going to discuss that a bit. But my goodness, the PlayStation Plus catalog is crazy for August. And so we're going to discuss that, but it seems like they're trying to get some of those people back that they may have lost. Or I'm looking too much into it, or I'm reading too much into the tea leaves, and they were already scheduled to have these games on here 6 months ago. Or they've had the whole thing planned, and it's all just one big inception. I don't know. Onimusha, Capcom had asked the RE engine, so their in-game development engine that they use, or in-house development engine that they use, they actually asked their engineers to, hey, within this engine, we need a dismemberment system that does all the stuff that we want for Onimusha. And I really love that. I really love it when devs continue to build on and expand their engines, not like the creative engine that just kind of stays the same recycled mess over and over, according to Logic and others who play the Bethesda games. But so I really appreciate that. And so we're going to discuss that a little bit. I just want to give some shine to that. And then, holy crap, never thought I'd see a day ever in 1,000,000 years where we would be looking at a premiere for a video game, gameplay premiere for a video game on Netflix. Like that's wild. Like I didn't read this article yet, but I really want to know if they're doing it in any theaters, because that would just be insane. Excuse me. And then the last story, if we get to it, are 7 classic JRPGs that are so good they never need a remake. I'm not going to break down every one, but there's a few on this list that I have played, and I just want to kind of give my thoughts on that, but that is way, way down on the bottom of the list. As you can see from the articles, though, Game Informer this week and last week has been a hit for me. I like the way their articles are. I like the way it's written, and it kind of takes me back to back in the day. So, with all of that being said, hit that like button. We are still waiting on Faulkie to get here, but in the meantime, we are going to go ahead and get the show started. All right, so I hope it's an episodic documentary with gameplay. An episodic documentary with gameplay. You mean tonight? I don't know what you mean, hero. All right, let me adjust my screen real quick. My screens aren't in the proper spots. All righty, so first thing is, GTA. Man, you looking for like a whole docu-series? Come watch the 6-part episodic journey from GTA 5 to GTA 6, the longest milked franchise in existence today. Actually, that's not true. But I could see it. But no, that's not true. I don't think it's the most milked franchise today. I do, however, think that they are dragging this thing out. And I think they should have showed gameplay a while back. But, hell, the gamer said, you know what? F it. We don't need gameplay. We don't care. We're just going to get it. And, hey, you know what? I have a couple games like that I would do that for. So I get it. Like, really, I get it. It's GTA 6. They didn't say that they were reinventing the wheel. They're not. It's not going to not remind you of previous GTAs. It's not going to be. It's going to be good, and it's going to be what you're probably looking for. And so because of that, I definitely see people who are like, hey, I'm going to get it. I don't need to see nothing because I've played GTA 5 80 times, and I'm ready for GTA 6. And so it's crazy to think, but it's also not, it's not impossible. It's not something that I'm looking at and thinking, man, I can't believe that they actually, expect people to buy the game, or that people actually bought the game without seeing the gameplay. Like, it's GTA, man. That people are going to do that. CD Projekt Red could put out Witcher 4 pre-orders tomorrow, and I guarantee you people would pre-order it on the spot, day one, instantly, no questions asked. Wallet would be open. We don't know gameplay. We ain't seen nothing but a graphics trailer, and that's it. And people would open their wallets immediately. And so I just kind of see that as that type of a game that, GTA has such a huge following. And I think that's why, and I don't want to really dive into it just yet, but I think that's why this is the game that could do that for the Netflix extended look. This is the game that could actually make that happen. And so it's pretty wild when you think about it. But anyways, let's dive in to Ghost of Yotei, Echoes of Sekigahara. I probably said that wrong twice now. So let's go ahead and dive into this. And here's what it says. Ghost of Yotei was released in 2025 and was one of our favorites of the year. You can read Game Informer's Ghost of Yotei review by following the link. Following its release, developer Sucker Punch... sorry, lost my place. The following its release, developer Sucker Punch added Legends, a cooperative online mode, much like it did to Tsushima. Legends is free and available now if you own the base game. But now, the developer is also adding a single-player story content and gathering everything into one package for Ghost of Yotei Complete Edition. If you already own Ghost of Yotei, you can upgrade to the Complete Edition to get the new single-player content for $15 or $14.99, $15 when it becomes available on October 1st. The new single-player content is made up of two pieces, Echoes of Sekigahara and Most Wanted. Echoes is a narrative expansion that takes place in the current Yotei timeline, but flashes back to detail Atsu's relationship with a character named Nagato, and spends more time with the Snake, the least explored member of the Yotei 6. You basically kill him in the tutorial of the base game. Atsu's life after her childhood, but before the events of Ghost of Yotei, is ripe for exploration, and this is an exciting prospect narratively and mechanically. Most Wanted is Sucker Punch's spin on a roguelike, according to a post on PlayStation blog, covering all the new content in the mode. In the mode, you'll accept bounties in order to start new runs, where taking down enemies will earn you perks as well as unlock additional characters to play as. Oh, that's pretty cool. Heck yeah, so we're going to get some new characters. That's kind of fun. See, this is what I'm talking about. That sounds fun. And it's included in the $15. So you're getting an expansion and you're getting a brand new game mode for $15 to a game that if you already beat it, that means you probably liked it and you're ready to get in to have some more. I think that that's great. I really do. I like that a lot. And I like that you're going to be able to play as different characters. That's going to be a lot of fun. It says God of War Ragnarok similarly added a roguelike mode called Valhalla following its release, blah, blah, blah. Along with the content outlined above, October 1st will also add new tracks for the Watanabe mode, photo mode upgrades, additional New Game Plus cosmetics, and an option to keep the armor set's appearance while using a different set stats. The beauty of Yotei mode, which sounds like it will make the game showcase different environments from Ezo to function a bit like a screensaver. Oh, okay. So you do get some other things, but overall, I think that's really cool. I think it also shows the success of Yotei, because how many times have we heard you're not getting DLC unless the game sells well, or hey, we're not going to do that. And hey, what's up, Logic? We're not going to do that unless we have the time to do so, or what have you. I think that them getting Ghost of Yotei an expansion shows how much faith they have in the game and in the IP still. I think it did well. I think it did well enough to earn all of this. And I really like the fact that instead of just giving us an addition to Legends, it's getting its own new game mode, which I think is pretty freaking sick. So hope to see y'all there. Probably see y'all there on this one in about 3 months. Just realistically thinking September, October, November, probably December is when I start playing this, because I have a feeling that what is it called? Resonance is going to end up taking a pretty decent chunk of my time in October and probably all of November to get it done. And if I do get it done early, I want to go back and finish the well, I say finish, pretty much start the DLC for Tales of Arise. Beyond the Horizon, I think. Beyond the Dawn. Beyond the Dawn. I think that's right. So, anyways, so yeah, that's the story for Ghost. I'm excited for it. I'm ready for it. It's something that, really excited about. So let's move on. Phantom Blade Z. Hey, what's up, Faulkie? Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Hey, Faulkie, can you hear me?
I can now.
Hey, that's awesome. That's
Sorry.
my bad, dude.
Technical issues.
So how are you tonight?
Going all right. Sorry I'm so late. I had, my headphones died on me. I had to get a new set.
Oh, yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, they suck, don't they?
they're not the normal crisp, clear Faulkie that I'm used to. I won't be soothed by this tonight. That's
Yeah, sorry about that.
You're great, man. You're great. So, do you have any thoughts on Yotei? That's the thing that I just covered.
Yeah. Once again, they're doing something where they're not going to charge us for an expansion and some additional bits and pieces to keep it going. So,
They are charging for the expansion.
For the extra game mode.
No, they're charging for the expansion as well.
There's two different things that we're talking about here then.
Yeah, because the expansion comes with the game mode.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking of something else. You talking about the extra storyline and the new challenge piece, or are you talking about like the new legend style thing?
No, so they're doing the roguelike. And then if you already own Ghost of Yotei, you can get the complete upgrade edition to get the new single player content for $15. So the game mode is free. That's cool.
Yeah.
So the most wanted mode is just, hey, if you like the combat, go and knock yourself out. Have a great time.
Yeah. So that's what I thought.
You're right. You're right. I'm wrong. That's that's not the first time I've ever said that. It won't be the last either.
That's not the first time you ever said that to me in the last 3 times we've spoken. So
hey, listen.
No, I'm joking. I'm busting these balls. It's okay. Don't yell at me in the comments.
Oh, what's up, Josh?
Yeah, no, I think it's good, and it's probably striking that happy medium between people who love the game, give them something extra to do to sort of get back in and up to scratch, and then if they want to invest in that additional mode, and look, $15 for the roguelite mode with all the other bits and pieces that come with it and the upgrades, it's not a bad spot in terms of offering the customers. Like people complain and say, oh, it should be free, it should be this, should be that. Like $15 for an expansion mode that'll give you another 15 to 20 hours, and it's got the multiplayer facet and all that stuff in it. It's not a bad, when you think about it, it's not a bad little add-on, and it's getting back into that zone of what the DLC used to be when it first started to really gain traction. You spend 10 or $15 to get an extra 15, 20 hours out of a game before all that microtransaction crap came in for buying gun packs and weapons packs and skin packs and all that stuff. So I'm all for it. I think it's a great way to keep good games alive and great games, people engaging with them. I would like to see, we're branching off a little bit beyond Ghost here, I would like to see a bit more of it for some of the bigger titles that exist, but they don't have to be, 40-hour additional story pieces like some games would do, or I think The Witcher 3, the new one coming out is 40-something hours, or close to 40 hours if you do the whole lot, so it's a bit much, but then The Witcher 3 is years old, and it's sort of tie people over until The Witcher 4 gets there, so.
Sure. Also, The Witcher has always been known for larger DLCs, so That's a weird thing when you start thinking about it, because if somebody tells me a game is 40 hours right now, I'm like, oh my god, that's a long game. But I looked at Final Fantasy Resonance, and it's 40 hours just for the base story, and I'm like, yeah, that tracks. That sounds about right. So I think it's like it's different per genre,
Yep.
but it's also different just with the like. I wanted more out of Spider-Man 2, right? I wanted it to be a little longer. But Mouse PI for Hire, even though overall shorter than that game, I needed it to be about 5 hours less. It just it just dragged the heck on. And so it's really weird when you start talking about time to complete, because there are certain games where I'm like, no, that makes sense. No. 100 hours? Yeah, no, that's going to be easy to put in there. Yeah, no, I get that. But then I gripe at a game that's like 20 hours long when it could have been 15. Like, it's...
Yeah. Oh, again, I'll go back and talk about JRPGs are notorious for this, and it, in my opinion, this is just my personal opinion, it is one of the things that qualifies for a game to be a JRPG. Like, there's a checklist that have to meet the benchmark to be qualified as one. And I'll gatekeep this stuff, man. Don't worry, I get really on my soapbox about these things. The storyline is 20 to 30 hours. Main story, if you just blast through and just do the story, it's 20 to 30 hours. But to complete the whole game, it's 100 plus hours.
Yes.
And I will die on that hill. That is part of what makes them great.
Well, and that's
and
why
I love JRPGs.
That's also why the play times are so vastly different, and they're because, like me, I don't get everything, so I'll probably be somewhere between that 40 and that 80, right? I'll probably be at about 50 to 60. But like somebody like Josh who platinums them all, like he's probably going to be at the 100. Like there was a game a while back he was telling us in the Discord that he was playing that he had to like keep logging in like once a day or once a week or something for like 5 months or some crap, because it like tracked how many times he logged in. It's
okay.
It's
I remember
ridiculous.
He was telling us about that. He's like, it's an alarm set. I think he said it was every morning. The first thing he did was log in to make sure that he'd logged it.
Yeah.
So that he could get it.
So you can get the platinum.
Where is it? Is it Death Stranding? Or Death Stranding 2? I can't remember. It's one of those ones where it might have been one of the Metal Gear Solid games where you couldn't, if you didn't log in for 2 weeks, it popped a trophy or something like that. But it had to be done at a specific point in the game. It's one of those Kojima style things anyway. It's like, you couldn't look, touch it, play it, open it, do anything with it for like 2 or 3 weeks or something. And it triggered off a trophy, and there's so many people saying that they just completely forget about it. Anyway, I know I bang on about Unicorn Overlord. I've lost recently, and it's still one of my favourites that I've played. The main storyline in that is 45 hours. If you do the main story plus the side stuff, it's 60 to 75 hours. Completion is to 100% for either the Platinum or on PC. They're saying up to 80 hours. And that's at speed, because it took me over 100 hours to do it. And I'm pretty good at playing turn-based strategy JRPGs. It took over 100 hours to get it done. And currently, I suppose I've started playing. The new game I've started playing is Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. And I absolutely adore the start of that game. I think it's brilliant.
Hey, once you unlock multiplayer, me, you, and Josh can all play.
Oh, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it.
Because we have to complete the whole, I think you have to complete all the chapters once, and then it unlocks multiplayer. Yeah,
it unlocks multiplayer, and then you can go and do all the weird stuff to do the Platinum Run. And one of the Platinum Run trophies is you have to complete something on hard mode, or ultimate hard mode, or something like that. And they recommend that you are at least everyone is at least level 100 with all their ultimate weapons, and even then it's still going to be a challenge.
Wow.
Usually I scan the trophy list, and if I have to do a second replay on the top hard mode, I'm like, I'm not going for the platinum, but I'm like, multiplayer, maybe. But, anyway.
we know how to get Josh to play games. We just dangle the platinum trophy in front of him. Like, looky.
I'd be curious to know if Josh has got the platinum for Final Fantasy 14 because it was nice knowing you, mate. But if you're hooked on that,
I can stop anytime I dang well please. Okay, I can. I'm not playing right now, am I? I'm not playing right now. Haha.
But you're thinking about it. You're thinking about it, aren't you?
I actually am, because Josh is like not. I'm thinking about it because Josh leveled up his character outside of like him and I playing together, so he's like level 50 something right now, and I'm still level 38 because he power leveled his crap. Because he knows all the story and I don't. So like I'm sitting here watching everything, reading every bit of main story quest dialogue, and he's like sending out messages to the in the Discord. I'm level 55. I'm like, bite me.
That's divorce. That's the grounds for divorce, isn't it? It's like, how could you? Gosh, what are you doing to him?
He has 6 other characters he could play, and he chose to play the one that him and I are using on the live stream. Just, it's whatever, though. It's fine. It's fine. I'm the reason he's back into it in the first place, so it's kind of funny.
Oh, that's brilliant.
He had the thing deleted off of his PS5 at one point, and when they showed Evercold, I messaged him and I said, hey, so I did a thing, and I sent him a picture of it downloading, and he goes, damn, I'm going to have to download it tomorrow now. So I kind of cracked his vein back open for him, and now he's just addicted again.
Yep.
But I'll say this, man, it's really good. Like, the story is really, really, it's great. Yeah. And the freaking characters, I can't say her name. Melania? No, that's the wrong person. That's Trump's wife. What the heck is her name? Anyways, she's the head of the Scions, or like the spokesperson for all the Scions or something.
Yep.
Minfilia, that's it. Thank you. She's really cool. Really like they matched up perfect, like the character model with the voice actress. And I really liked that, because there's some in there that I've even told Josh. I was like, Josh, the voice work in some of these is really bad. He goes, don't worry, they fix it. They change it. He goes, all of these actors are no longer playing these roles, and they're all different actors now. And I was like, oh, okay. And so I am really enjoying it. I have 40 hours in it already.
Cool.
And that's in 2.5 weeks, which is not my normal gaming time. But it's also not my normal progression, because I get lost using that map on there, which was designed apparently by a 5-year-old with a crown and an Etch-a-Sketch. And it's awful. The map sucks so bad. And so I end up going around in circles. And it's quite comical. I will spend a lot of time going around in circles. And I mean a lot. Way more than I probably should.
Yeah.
And so
it happens. Like I've always thought of 14, or found 14, Final Fantasy 14 to be, I suppose, the cornerstone in what a really good Final Fantasy game is in the modern era. Outside of the 2D stuff, we'll put it that way, or the 2.5D games, because it's got a great platform there to constantly evolve within that I don't know, you call it ecology, where the core of the game stays very much the core, but they can overhaul and upgrade and update and make modifications and new stories and old stories. And remember when they purged a whole heap of old stuff out of it, 4 or 5 years ago now, and the uproar of people saying, well, if you take all this stuff out, then the new people coming in won't understand it. And that's when they offered that free, you could get it free up to level 60, and they split it in half. And you go, you download it for free, get up to level 60 and do all the starting stuff, and then from there on you had to buy the packs, and off you went. So, it's a huge success for them. And Yeah, I know. I say it a lot, but I do say it with in jest and tongue in cheek. That anyone who gets sucked into that game, it's almost like people who constantly play Fortnite. Once you're into it, it's impossible to get out of it until something else grabs your attention because it's good.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, man. With this, I know. Everybody in the chat right now, and anybody who watches this afterwards. This is a new night, by the way. We've only had like a max of 10 people in here at one point, so we'll get there. New night, same time, but new night. And but anybody who's watching this,
permanent change.
This is a permanent change. Yes.
Oh, nice.
I am actually. Well, you know that I've been wanting to change to Thursdays for a while. I've hated competing with Brap. I like Brap's show, and I don't like that we are on at the same time 95% of the year. Except when he misses and has to switch over to Friday, or I miss completely, or I have to swap or whatnot. We're generally on the same night. I don't like that. We also share a lot of the same people, so I don't like that either. So I just try to think about those type of things. But Wednesday night kept working for me. And, well, now I am actually co-leading the youth group at my church. And so...
Congrats.
Thanks, man. It's not a paid position at all, but neither is this. So, and to be quite honest, these podcasts need to have a draft. I like that.
Unless it's just you and me, and we could be here for hours talking about stuff.
That's so true. We haven't even gotten... Okay, so since you've gotten here, we have not even progressed to the second topic yet.
We haven't even done the introductions. You're getting a bit ahead.
That's true. Well, I skip the introductions if it's just me, especially if I have a guest coming on, like if they're just running a little bit late or whatnot. And so, yeah. But, like, we have tons of crap to talk about tonight. And it's all... Guys, listen to this. It's all video game, like, hard video game related. It's not, like, video game adjacent tonight. This is all... We're talking about Onimusha. We're talking about Ghost of Yotei. We're talking about Phantom Blade Zero. We're talking about Final Fantasy Resonance. Ace Combat 8. Like, Wolverine is coming. We're talking about everything that's coming up. We are in... This is why the title says this. We are in the calm before the storm. That's what we're in. All the hype is coming. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was going to say, it reminds me when I was on 2 or 3 weeks ago. And we were talking about the news at the time, and I don't think it's on the run sheet, but I will get my blowing smoke up my own ass out right now before anyone else does it. Remember last time I was on, I said Sony was copying the flack, but all the publishers were the ones that were pushing it because they were the ones that wanted digital sales. They were the ones behind it, and everyone should stop yelling at Sony, start yelling at the major publishers. Look what's happened in the last 2 weeks. When all these earnings reports came out, and all of the Tier 2 and Tier 3 publishers came out, and all the stuff that's happening there, they are 90% plus digital sales, and that's where they want to go. And some of the Tier 2, Tier 3 indie publishers, Revolver Digital wants to go back to being private because they can't convert and get their stock price to match it, and there's a whole heap of other stuff going on. But that's what is driving it. And it was pretty evident in the lead up to it. Everyone screamed at Sony, and the reason I say that is because you mentioned Wolverine. I saw a post today around the Wolverine stuff and the Phantom Blade Zero stuff where they're screaming, no disc, no play, no disc, no play, we're not interested. Like, you do realise that you're yelling at the wrong people. And it's like vindication, I guess, to not just myself, but others who pointed it out, is that it's not the disc manufacturer that's the problem, it's the publishers that aren't buying the shit.
Yeah, like, you got to think, Final Fantasy is already... And this is all we're going to, like, talk about this. This is the last thing, and then we're moving on to, like, the video games.
Absolutely. That's why I wanted to get it out early.
Because this was not on the docket tonight. This was not on my list. If you go to the Discord, join the link in the description below. You will see the list of topics for tonight. Also, if you go to the description, you'll see this was not on there. But I will say this. The fact that I'm hearing the Final Fantasy, a couple of the devs come out and say we are fighting really hard to get this made physically, makes me want to go to Square Enix and Bart Simpson their ass. Like, I'm not even kidding. If you do not give me number 3 on a disc, I've told a couple people this. That will be the biggest letdown that I've had in gaming. I don't care. To make it 7-disc. I don't care. I really don't. This is the last thing I need.
How much do you want to pay for that game?
What do they want me to pay? You tell me.
I don't know. You pay 7 discs, man. You're going to end up with a $120 game.
You know what? Final Fantasy VII Revelation, take my money. I don't care. I literally don't care. I have said it before. I will own all 3 individually on physical disc, and I will own the moment they come out with the collectors that has all 3 games in one box set. I'm getting that as well. Like, that's the only game I really want physically.
You're going to buy their next island based off your next purchase. They do realize that.
I don't give a rat's rip. You give me Final Fantasy VII, and there's only one other IP that they own that they could do that with. Not IP, sorry, because that Final Fantasy is the overarching IP. There's only one other game within that IP that they could do this to, and I would pay whatever they asked me to, and I don't care. And that's Final Fantasy X. And I would sell off a child. I don't care. Like, it's like...
my brain just heard you paraphrase. I'm not repeating it, but paraphrasing. My mind just went, you just said you would sell off a child for a remake of Final Fantasy X. That...
Yeah.
What? Ooh.
Or at least the left side of my ability to make children. I could do that. I hear there's room for those on the black market. Like
a little bit.
But no, I am telling you, man, that is a big deal for me. And so, but that's all I'll say. That showed me right there. Okay, it really is developers. Because Sony's just like, well, they're not going to need us to make these for them because they're all going to go digital, so we're out. Like, we're just done. Which is weird.
Yeah. Oh, the production runs for the printing would have been known 12 to 18 months in advance. That's how far out the order lines are. So that was mean. But anyway, we're going to move on to other stuff. I just wanted to get that in there.
Okay.
It's not very often that I get to say, yeah, I told you so, but I told you so.
Okay, so here we go. Here's what we're doing next. We are going to talk about Phantom Blade Zero, because this one's a head scratcher for me. So here's why it's a head scratcher. I didn't think they were going to be... I knew that they had the marketing rights. We knew that. We figured that out last year. We knew that they were pushing it really hard because it had showed up so many times. State of Play's this, trailers that. It was always coming around. People started asking a bunch of questions, and Wolverine is right around the corner. Literally, it's in a month and 3 days, I believe, 2 days. And so, speaking of, I had to go pay off that pre-order. Hey, this is a great time to mention, if you want, you can become a member of the channel. It's $5 a month. Helps out a ton. Speaking of pre-orders. I got to go pay that off because that's coming out in a few weeks. Why... I didn't expect this game to be a State of Play worthy title. Am I missing something about this title that I don't know what I'm missing. It looks like a lot of other games that have come out with a sword and set in Asia. And so I'm like, which is cool. But that also means I'm not really incentivized right now to buy it day one, especially in I don't know. What am I missing? Faulkie, tell me what I'm missing, because you seem more confused about my confusion than me. So what?
I was like, you said, what are you missing? I was like, comprehension and a few grammar points, but I'm not far off it. With you,
Brits and Aussies are some uppity motherfathers. I'm just letting y'all know that. These guys, I'm sitting over here drinking an English breakfast tea with a little bit of steamed milk in it because I love myself lately. And
steamed milk, and he calls me uppity.
Listen, you've seen my coffee setup. Go ahead, continue.
No, look, I understand. where you're coming from now.
Hello.
I'm looking at the wrong thing. Hello.
Okay, you're here. Yeah.
Yep.
It's just it
So,
felt like just another. This is going to sound very, very dismissive, and I don't mean it to. I love a lot of the China Hero Project stuff that they're trying to do, but it felt like just another entry from an Asian dev into the action genre. Like it. So I don't know what I'm missing. I don't know. And then there were people. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, it's kind of like, I think back to the Xbox 360 PS3 era. The big thing then was FPS shooters. And Call of Duty was doing well. You had the Medal of Honor from EA, Battlefield was just starting to come in, you had Halo and all those. And then all of a sudden, every second game was a first-person shooter because a couple did well and they went nuts for it.
That's true.
The PS1, N64, it was JRPG. Every second game was a JRPG or some quirky thing like that. And every sort of generation is something that is a major focus. This influx over the last few years of the Chinese style action games, as opposed to what came before that was the South Korean and the Japanese action game. It's to me it feels just like that. That there's a few have come along and then that's their main piece. And people play a game like what was the first one? I'm trying to think what the first one was. Was it Black Myth Wukong? There were a couple that were sort of there or thereabouts, and sort of B grade. They had a few janks and a few issues. I think it was Black Myth Wukong came out and just went bonkers. And then after that, it's like, oh, this is great. I want another game like it. Well, can I have another title in this? And suddenly this, wuxia style action game is now bang, bang, bang. There's a heap of them coming because a couple of them did really well, so there's a few more doing it. I don't have an objection to them pumping them out. At some point, it'll hit critical mass and they'll tail off. But it's, everything gets, you run around with a big sword and big monsters. Is it Souls-like or not? Well, if it's not Souls-like, then they say, well, is it like Monster Hunter World, or is it that style of what is it? There's pedestal predecessors that these games get compared to, but they're forming their own little subgenre because they've got those things about them. My head scratches around the timing of it because we were expecting to get a deep dive on Wolverine, but they had a deep dive gameplay run at the last state of play for Wolverine. So I suspect that plus all the film clips that have come out today and coming tomorrow and whatnot, I don't know if we're actually going to get a state of play about Wolverine. I think people are just ready to get it. So they've got this. The GTA 6 is going on Netflix rather than Sony doing it as a state of play. So that's probably freed up a bit of space there. But yeah, but it's happening before TGS, I think. I'm just going to remember when TGS is on. But I think, yeah, it might be getting to that critical mass point, but this is the one that is, this is the one, Enter Blade Zero has been delayed, and this is the game that has been carrying that highest expectation
since first trailer. But that's the weird part for me is that, like you talked about, people maybe are tired of or have already seen all they want of Wolverine, and I totally agree. I do not want to see anything else of Wolverine. It's on the thumbnail because it is literally coming out next month. Like, that's the only reason it's there. There's not a heading for it tonight or anything. But I also knew we would be mentioning it sparsed in and out. But I don't need to see anymore. I already want the game. People were saying that about Phantom Blade Zero as well. Like, man, I'm just so tired of seeing it. Just give me the damn game. Just give me the game. I don't want to. I don't even want to see it. I don't care. Just give me the game. And I understand that those people who say that are the terminally online people. I get that. But it was just weird because the whole sentiment around it, even from me, was like, that's cool. I'll get it in a couple months or whatever. Or I'll get it, on sale a while after it comes out, after they've patched everything. Because, as we have seen, every game needs a patch now. Every game. Dang near every game. Elliot didn't need a patch. It was ready to go day one. But, not everybody can be Team Asano. Not also, Team Asano's game doesn't look like this. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I don't want to sit there and take anything away from Team Asano, but I also don't want to act like it is just as easy to make a graphically impressive game as it is to make an artistically impressive game. I think both of them take different skill sets and both of them have their pain points, but I think delivery is probably a little easier on the more art-driven games and less realistic graphic-driven games, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, and that's always going to be the case, I think, with these. And they promote them so heavily to us. And, they were hands-on with Phantom Blade Zero nearly 12 months ago. I think they had it at Tokyo Game Show. And that's up in September anyway. It was... There was a whole heap back then of, PlayStation Access did a whole piece about it. The heaps of people who were at the event did a whole bit about it. And it's been play tested to the nth degree. And when it comes out, it should be looking pretty good. And I believe it's the first game for this studio, S game. Is it? No, second game.
Might be right, but I was about to say, I think they did one other one. S Game Studio Games. So early titles, Rainblood Town of Mystery and Rainblood Mirage, published on Steam. Okay. Yeah, so not a ton of stuff, and definitely from what I can see, nothing that looks like this.
But it's it's a big jump to go from mobile spin-off action games and small Steam games to this. So, look, I'm keen and interested in it because it's my style of game. It's got that sort of combat style where you can parry, block, evade, and attack, rather than it's just attack and get hit or attack and evade. So it's got some more nuance to it. From what I had seen, if you time a parry correctly, you can do damage, or you can open up a stagger to do more damage, and multiple different weapon choices and that sort of stuff. And it's, I don't know, it sort of feels like they took Ghost of Tsushima or Ghost of Yotei, expanded it a bit, cranked it up to 11, and off you go. But remember the PlayStation Access, and shout out to Rob if he's ever listening to this. He was talking on his, ages ago now, he was talking about his playthrough experience, and he lasted 3 seconds against the first boss. Just came in and just went whop, and that was it. And the game's designed so that it's not a Souls-like game, but it's got that challenge or that level of difficulty to it, similar to Bloodborne.
And this is Phantom Blade?
Yes, Phantom Blade. Yes, you got to learn the bosses and how they attack and how they move, and the weapon choices. You're going to take a ranged approach, or you're going to have an up-close approach. If you're going to be up close, you better be good with your parries and your blocks and be able to do the damage as a tank, or you're going to be further back as a range. Wants to believe that they've got some level of advanced not AI like we call it now, but the enemy AI will adapt to your fighting style based on whatever's in the background. So there's a lot of dynamics in this. The battle thing that's really what I'm keen to experience. The story is probably secondary to that, if I'm being honest, because it just looks like so much fun.
I mean, a lot of your action games, the story is second. I was listening to Matty Plays. He was doing a retro review, and he was talking about Lord of the Rings, War for the North, and it just got a re-release. I'm actually probably going to pick it up because it's the same studio that made Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 1 and Dark Alliance 2. They also made not Neverwinter. What is it? There were two of them. There was Champions of Norath and Champions of Norath Return to Arms. Those were the games on PS2 that I could get while everybody else was playing Diablo, because I couldn't get Diablo 2. So those were my Diablo 2. And anyways, he was talking about it, and he was like, the story's there, but it's really just a vehicle to get you to the next set of like combat and gameplay and looting, and like you're really just there for the gameplay elements. That's all you're there for. And I think that with action titles, that really that's what draws me in, is the combat. That's usually what keeps me engaged, is the combat. And usually in those games, I'll tell folks, like, the thing that really breaks it for me a lot of times is like camera. Does the camera fight me the entire time? There was a game I think called Solstice that I tried out, and it was really quick, really fast combat, really just like you're flying all over the place with it. It's so cool looking. But the camera's up your rear end 24/7. And like you try to move the camera and it auto adjusts back to being up your backside. And I'm like, I can't play this game. Like, I cannot play if the camera keeps just like fighting me the whole time. So that's one of the things I look for in the game. And then the story still needs to be serviceable. But that's about it. Like, I don't take points off usually for the story, because I'm like, yeah, there's a girl and a guy, and you got to save the girl, and the bad guy came and took her and killed her, and then you got to go kill the bad guy. Like, that's ta-da. I just gave you the plot. Now go fight stuff. Like, that's... I don't disagree with you at all. I'm 100% there with you a lot of that. Sometimes it's just filling in from point A to point B. Especially if it's a linear style action game rather than an open world one. A bad story can make the transition drag so bad, can't it? Or an empty world. The thing that I was going to just touch on though was, if you get a very well written antagonist and you get invested in the key points in the plot line. I've just been plenty of games where I've gotten halfway through a game, it's like, I am going to slit this guy's throat so slowly when I get to him. If my character can get my hands on this villain, I'm going to make it slow and painful. And then I get really, really mad when I don't get that opportunity to just beat the living shit out of them. In the game, that is, not in real life. But if you get a game where that the story just is like, we're transitioning, bang, there, story's finished. Happy days, you saved the girl, you defeated the monster, off you go. I feel cheated at times. Like, I want some kind of emotional investment in this thing. And I know, and I agree, that the story is not the primary reason why I'm playing the game. But at least give me something. Well, so now I'll say this. I think a decent action game is about a 7.5. Okay? If you have a good story, you are going to bump that up to about an 8.5 or a 9. If you have good music, you could probably go up to a 10. Like, it's one of the reasons why Expedition 33 is a 10 out of 10. Even with some of the things that it does wrong. Like the lighting in some of the caves is god awful. The fact that there's no map is definitely a choice that they made, and it was the wrong choice. But like those two things are not nearly enough to get me to overlook the sheer perfection that is the story, the combat, and the music. Like, and it just won't. Now, a game like Diablo, let's say Diablo 4, 100% an action game. 100%, no doubt about it. The story in Diablo 4 increased my increased my kind of overall feeling towards the game because of two things. One, Lilith was actually a hateable boss. She actually made you not like her. And two, the girl at the beginning... Well, yeah, because normally in a Diablo game, and I've said this before on here, but normally in a Diablo game, you have just the big bad being Diablo, and it's like, oh, cool. Big demon guy that grunts. Awesome. But Lilith, she was like maniacal. She was pulling strings the entire time. She's like orchestrating everything. And so it's almost this race that it has between what she's trying to accomplish and what you're trying to accomplish. And it doesn't feel like she's just a stagnant boss waiting for you at the final dungeon. She's in the world and moving through it. And also, she kills your friend's mother she kills your friend's mother at the beginning of the game. And so, like, you're sitting there and you're like, okay, now I just hate you. Like, this is... and like, just that little bit, I couldn't tell you any of the rest of the story. But just that little bit about how Lilith made me feel when I was playing the game is enough for me to go, okay, cool. That had a decent story. That had decent depth to it for a action adventure game. Because most of the time, they're not that deep. They're just, it's go fight big bad guy at the bottom of whatever castle you have to go to. And so sorry, hang on. I have allergies really bad today. It's awful. But then again, you have games like Ghost of Yotei. And we talked about that earlier. Ghost of Yotei had a great story with it. Great story. But that's when you get into a story-driven action game, right? And so there's all these subgenres. And anyways, I got off topic or off track there because my allergies are making me itch from everywhere on my face. Crap. What were we talking about? Ghost of Yotei, game mechanics, story not being that big of an element in action games. Yeah, that's where we were. So, hey, I walked myself back on that one. Hey, I'm getting better. I didn't need help from Josh or a panel member. This is great.
I'm glad you got yourself back there because I was struggling to figure out where we were at too.
Oh, Lord help. But yeah, so I mean, that's really cool. And I do think that some of the games coming out, Phantom Blade Zero is what we were talking about. If Corey brought up a good point, he mentioned earlier that he's interested to see how the mission layout is. Like, is it going to be more God of War? Is it going to be more like go through section by section? You know what I mean? Like, you have mission level and there's going to be a clear end to the level. Or is it going to be like God of War where you go around to these open areas and then there's not really a clear defined end. You just keep interweaving between the areas. So, okay.
It'll be... Oh, so the synopsis... Look, I couldn't help myself. I had to get the synopsis up for this thing. So what AI is... What Google's telling me is set in the dark, steampunk-infused phantom world, follows Soul, an elite assassin, framed for murdering the patriarch of his powerful organization, blah, 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 blah. Gets wounded, blah, 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 blah. Gets healed, gets 66 days to live. Chinese martial arts bases. Kung Fu Punk, I think is what they call it. mixing ancient Asian architecture, decaying towns, and impossible industrial mechanisms. So the steampunk thing I'm really keen on because I love that stuff
That'd be kind of fun.
in games. There's a 66-day countdown timer in the game. Ticks down in real time, making every battle and failed attempt carry ultimate consequences.
Wait a second. Whoa. Hang on. I don't like timers in my games. Go back. What did that say?
There's a 66-day countdown. His survival relies on a temporary remedy that ticks down in real time, making every battle and failed attempt carry ultimate consequences.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, yeah, that'll be interesting.
I might have to start a couple new games.
Yeah, this is one that you definitely need to log in every day on, I'm guessing. But yeah, that's what the AI is telling me. So there's a whole heap of different gameplay mechanics, all the rest of it. So I'm probably going to watch this, because I'm not going to play it for 8. I'm not getting it day one. I'm probably going to watch this state of play to see what it's like and see what it's come up to, because I haven't seen it since PlayStation Access did that video on it, and they did the playtest nearly a year ago now. So, but there's some elements in there that I'm keen on. The story thing, there's nothing really about the story written here, so maybe it is just one of those wandering styles. But yeah, there's nothing here saying whether it's linear or open world. I expect it's linear. And then, yeah, I agree with you. It'll be the story will need to be what's the word I'm looking for here? Pertinent to getting it above a 7 or a 7.5.
Well, so from the trailers I've seen, there's a little kid that you carry around with you. At least this is what it looks like. I don't know. Like, I think this one has the little kid that's always in the arms, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, so that to me already is like, okay, cool. So you're going to have your plot device right there. Perfect. And then Sony saw a kid with an adult, and they were like, "Oh, it's a parental allegory game. Sweet, we need that." And that's how they actually got the contract with Phantom Blade Zero. They put a kid and a father in it, and they were like, see, that's us." I'm kidding, by the way, but a lot of folks do think that PlayStation games are just dad simulators. But
yeah, but sometimes they evoke. I would love to kick the living crap out of this teenager aside from some sort of war.
It's the ASDG. Now that's the Asian Sad Dad game. That's from Logic. that's great.
Yeah, well, it's not wrong. I mean, show me any game where it's been you've got to protect another person whilst trying to guide them through. I can't even remember what the style of game's called. Yeah.
Resident Evil 4 did that. No thanks.
Yeah, everyone raves about RE4 but hates that part of it. Escort.
And not the Las Vegas kind, the really bad kind.
Yes, the ones where they are slow and clunky and always run into the wall and always run into the things that's trying to kill them, and you can never get them to move.
They do run into crap that tries to kill them, don't they?
Like, yeah, we got to go this way. I'm going to go that way. Don't go that way. There's several times when I've had escort missions in games where I've said aloud, if I could get my hands on the developer who thought this was a good idea.
I mean, hey, Corey did bring up a good point, and I was actually going to say this. The AI in gaming has gotten a lot better with that. And so he says, to be fair, it worked for Pragmata, which is another game that is definitely on my short list of games to play. I think I would love it. It's super short, and I've really enjoyed the combat demo. Lately, I've been looking for more. Once again, this doesn't make any sense because I love turn-based RPGs. But I've been looking for more from games than just like mash square. And so I've referenced it a lot, but it's the Hogwarts Legacy effect, where you use every single part of the dang controller. That stuff is kind of fun to me. Like, it's getting this before. Nah, man, just let me hit like square, 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 triangle, square, circle. Let me throw you like cool. Now I'm like, you know what? Let's add some extra crap in. So like Pragmata, the combat system in that is very, very reminiscent of a Netrunner in Cyberpunk. So as you're fighting, you hack the enemies that you're fighting. And depending on how you hack them, you get buffs and they get debuffs depending on what you're doing. And I really love that aspect because it goes into like this little bit of a slowdown. You have to do a code. So it has a little bit of that Helldivers feel where you got to like quickly enter like a set of button combinations, or like, I think it's directional on this one. Or no, it was directional in Cyberpunk. It is buttons on this one. One of the two. And like you have to engage the whole thing while still going back to being a very easy like premise of point, aim, shoot. And so they added a level of a complexity to the combat system, and I really enjoyed that because if it's a third person over the shoulder shooter, normally you get shoot, 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 throw a grenade, shoot, 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 maybe a dodge, a jump, wall run. And it's like, all right, cool. And this one's like, nah, dude, now you got to hack them while you're at it. And I love that. It was a really good way to use it.
Yeah. Are we still sitting with Xenoblade Zero, or are we shifting on to the next thing? Or have we just wandered into the garden?
We've wandered in, sort of, but... we got onto this by talking about the style of combat and engaging combat and all of that. So we could go over, and I actually will. I'll use this. Speaking of engaging combat, the RE engine engineers were asked by Capcom to create a dynamic dismemberment system for Onimusha Way of the Sword. I love seeing that. Like, things like that make me... Because instead of just... And I understand a lot of my favorite devs have done it. But instead of just going, hey, we're either going to keep the same broke-ass engine we've had, or we're going to completely abandon the engine we've spent so long on and start over here with Unreal, they looked at their developers and said, hey, we need this. Or their engineers and said, hey, we need this. Make our engine do this. And Capcom, I don't know if y'all remember this, Capcom gets a lot, and I do mean a lot, of crap for their RE engine. The way it handles open worlds, the way it handles open spaces, like, it's built not for that. And so...
For corridors and walkways and that sort of stuff.
Right, exactly.
Well, it's not built for open world, but they make it usable for open world somehow.
Hey, that's also debatable. Some people will tell you it's not very usable for open world, and that's the problem. But to look at your team and go, hey, listen, we don't want to go anywhere else. We would like y'all to fix this. And I like to see them updating it, because I know I've had Logic on here before talking about Bethesda and talking about the slop that they produce and all this other stuff. And one of his biggest critiques on that is that they don't ever fully update the damn engine. They are so bullish and stubborn on staying with creative, and the tweaks that they do don't actually work. Like, that to me shows just a lack of honestly, a lack of give a dang. Like, it just shows me that you don't care.
Yeah.
And these guys...
Oh, yeah, agreed.
Capcom is looking at their engineers and going, hey, listen, we're looking to make this game, and we need you to update our engine so we can do more cool stuff. Well, what do you want to do? Well, see that dragon? We want you to be able to, or that Chimera, we want you to be able to take his arm, dodge out of the way, come back in with a final attack, and slice the crap out of his arm, and he loses it for the rest of the fight. Oh. Yeah, we can do that. Like, that's really cool. Like, instead of going, well, guys, you know, I know y'all have worked really hard on this, but y'all can't do what we want with textures, so we're going to go ahead and go to Unreal Engine 5 now, and the game's going to come out and, well, remember how our games didn't really run well on PC? Well, now they're going to run equally worse. or equally as bad, if not worse. And yeah, all of y'all, you're no longer needed. Have a good day. Like they're trying to maintain, and this is something that I like about Capcom and the resurgence they're doing. They're trying to maintain their own slice of identity in who they are. And the RE engine and Capcom, like, they go together and have for years. And so, I don't know. I really like this. I know that I've crapped on the demo for Onimusha because it was very, very easy. But, like, this is really cool to see them still tweaking inside the studio. What do you think, man?
Oh, I can't wait for Onimusha. Now, I know we just finished talking about how using the whole controller for in-depth and getting more out of the combat and whatnot. We've got to use multiple buttons. But I am also very happy to get a good game where you can just button bash your way through massive amounts of enemies, or you're doing the button prompt stealthy stuff. Again, it comes down to how's it set up and all the rest of it. I am a hopeful. I don't like to hope a lot. I'm trusting, put it that way, that by engaging these devs, the engineers, I'll put it that way, to get the RE engine up to spec on some of this stuff is actually going to pay dividends. I haven't played the demo. I wanted to not be disappointed by a part build, because the way it's developed goes these days, you play the demo 3 months later, it's a totally different game. So I haven't played the demo because I love Onimusha in the early years. I'm keen to see how it goes, but I'm also cognizant that it's not likely going to be much different to the combat. Button inputs aren't going to be too much different to Monster Hunter, but it would be handy if the depth for Phantom Blade is all about the combat. The depth in Onimusha should be more about the secondary weapon or the stealth mode or the abilities on the shoulder buttons to do little things, rather than just out and out block, attack, dodge. That's what I'm hoping for, but you played the demo, so hopefully they've improved it since then.
Yeah, and the thing about the demo, and Corey's even hitting on it some as well, it was very off-putting because it was so super easy. Corey equates it to an easy press mode rather than, he said he hopes that they gave us just like the press mode for the demo, and the game isn't just going to be mindless button mashing, because it really was like enemies would not engage you. You would walk right up to them and could just kill them pretty easy. Like it was very simple. The demo was very, very simple. It was also really short. But yeah, I'm excited. I think that's great. It's on my list. I have a list so long right now of games that I'm going to play eventually, maybe. And this is on that list. Yeah. The fact is, guys, there's too many damn games coming out for me to be able to keep up. There's too many games for anybody to be able to keep up. And if you are keeping up, that means, yeah, you are probably treating gaming like a second job. And hey, listen, if you have that much free time, kudos. I don't. So there's a lot of games that fall out the wayside.
If you've got that much free time, you're clearly single without kids. And no judgment, but I tell you, those of us who are families, we just don't have the time.
Families and active children. That's the other thing, man. Like, my house is in and out. It just always is. Like, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, there's something going on. That's right. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, there's an extra appointment, or there's an extra thing, or there's an extra event or extracurricular activity that is going on. and it's my wife that takes the kids because it's summertime, so I'm usually working 50 to 60 hours a week. It's just insane, man. It's it's a lot. But
it is.
But that's okay, because these games, contrary to popular belief, a lot of the games you're gonna be interested in are not gonna disappear within the next couple years.
Exactly.
Like, Onimusha's not gonna get delisted in 2 years. It's just not.
Yeah.
If they make an Onimusha live service, that might get delisted in 2 years.
Yeah.
But this game won't.
Absolutely. No. So I did you ask AI to see how smart it is. And I asked the question of, I can't remember which one it was, just 2 or 3 of them I asked. I said, the top 100 games on PSN, on the PlayStation library, the top 100 games that can be finished, so not including the like Roblox and Minecraft and Warzone and those ones that don't have an end point, Fortnite, etc. Of the top 100 games that can be completed on PlayStation Store, how long would it take to complete all those games? And fiddling around with the parameters and making sure those sort of big things aren't in there, those big live service ones. And it came back and said to fully platinum, based off times that have been recorded for the top 100 only, and there's 10,000 games on PSN. So the top 100 only, it was between 6,000 to 7,000 hours or something like that.
Dude.
That if you gamed 15 hours a week, it would take you over 5 years to achieve that. And 15 hours a week is a lot of time for busy parents or busy adults.
Yeah, some weeks I'm looking at 6 hours. Some weeks I'm looking at 2. And then some weeks I get 20. So there are those still.
And then if you say, well, what's the top 100 games on PlayStation Store? Like 80 of them I haven't even touched. I'm looking at it going, well, I'm pretty much set for the next decade.
Yeah, right? If I get into Trails of Cold Steel, if I just buckle down and start the Trails Saga next year, and after I wrap up FC, go into second chapter, and then keep going. If I do that, I have over 1,200 hours of games to play. Just in that alone, I game an average of probably 700 to 900 hours a year. So that's 2 years almost. It's a year and a half of gaming time if I only play those and nothing else. That's one franchise.
Yeah, it's not.
That's
you'll have to vamp for 2 minutes. I've got to step out for a sec. Sorry.
I'll have to vamp.
Yeah. You'll have to. I was going to say you'll have to fluff for 2 minutes. That has connotations. So
that's fine. I got the fluff. It's fine.
Sorry.
All right. So this was the article that I was going to cover. If we had a little bit of time, and I have a little bit of time. So 7 classic JRPGs that are so good, they never need a remake. They're classics for a reason. So, understanding, there is a saying that's been going on in the chat that you want it up until they give it to you, and then you no longer want it. Because what are you going to do to it? So I understand the sentiment here. I really do. And I do agree that most of these on this list do not need a remake. But let's talk about a remaster. So, here's what the guy says. Earthbound. Funny enough, I've never played Earthbound, and I probably should, because of Minecraft, we have this thing right here. We have the Nintendo Switch Online subscription, which I'm about to get rid of because my kid no longer really plays Minecraft. He's back on Genshin. And I hate paying money for crap I'm not actually using. But here's where we start disagreeing. Final Fantasy IX, that could absolutely get a remake, or it could get at least a remaster. Most people have never played Earthbound. Hey, what's up, Innate? Chrono Trigger. I've said it before. If they want an easy way to take my money, take it. Chrono Trigger, right now. Also, this is a lie. It's not just on PC. You can actually get the game on mobile as well. You can get it on the Super Nintendo still because they still have those cartridges floating around out there. So there's a couple different ways you can play it. But Chrono Trigger definitely could get that remake. Lunar, I've never played Lunar. So that's interesting. And it's on the PS4. But yeah, never played it, so can't really... this one right here is actually one that I agree with. This one right here is one that I agree with. Hey, what's up, Ryan? Wasn't. Oops. What? Hey, what's up, dude? So anyways, this is one of the ones that I actually fully agree with. Just leave it alone. The game is near perfection. Leave it alone. I don't need another one. Not at all. Just keep it. Maybe re-release it. Just port the dang thing over. Yes. So yes, Earthbound is on Switch Online. That's what I was saying, because we're about to get rid of that subscription. I never got into Lunar back in the day, but I have the remaster. That's really cool. Suikoden 2. I'll let Nate chime in on that one in the chat if he would like a remaster of Suikoden. They did put Zelda on a JRPG list. Let that slide, dog. Let that slide. You gotta let that slide.
Let it slide.
Yeah, so I was doing a quick overview of the 7 classic JRPGs that are so good they never need a remake. And of course, Nate, just being who he is, this place put Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past on the JRPG list. And so he automatically in the chat goes, "Did they put Zelda in a JRPG list?" Yes, they did. Even though it's not.
Me. What are the 7 on the list? I haven't. If this is the new topic, I'm not.
Yeah, this was one that I found as I was setting up because ADHD set in.
As it does.
I was straight setting up, and one of the things off to the side was like, "This is a suggested article," and I was like, "Hey, let's see what that says." So Earthbound is 1, Final Fantasy 9 is 2, Chrono Trigger is 3. Lunar.
Start that again. Final Fantasy.
Yeah. Final Fantasy 9 does not need a remake or remaster.
Right. I disagree, but keep going.
Yeah. Chrono Trigger doesn't need a remake. Then now, to be fair, they're talking about remakes. I have lumped in remasters, but they are talking about specifically a remake. I think that
I disagree.
Ooh. Any Resonance news? So, Resonance news. Don't fucking get me started. Listen.
Can you stop distracting him? He got the 3 off the 7 on this list.
Listen, there's only 5 on the list, thank you. And we are through. Well, we're halfway through.
Just run the list and then I'll tell you exactly why the list is incorrect.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Oh, you mean this list? I thought you meant the show topics. Sorry.
No, not the show.
Because we're only halfway through those two. Okay. Earthbound, Final Fantasy.
Distracting him.
It's not Josh this time. It's Ryan. So Earthbound, Final Fantasy 9, Chrono Trigger, Lunar Silver Star Story, Zelda: A Link to the Past, Suikoden 2, Golden Sun.
So 2 of those on that list have already got a remaster.
So this was done August 11th, 2026. This is a new article. But
yeah. Lunar 2 and Suikoden 2 are both, if they haven't come out yet, they're both getting a remaster, but they're not getting a remake. And we're going to, without getting into that argument about what qualifies as
No. We beat that horse.
On that list. Yeah, that horse is dead, buried, and not coming back. The bloodline is finished on that horse. The Zelda should not be in that list. Whoever decided that Zelda goes in that list can turn in their fake ID of being a gamer, because that's just not a JRPG.
It's not.
But Earthbound, Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy 9, those 3, 6, 7, which is the one that I've missed. Lunar, Suikoden, and Zelda that doesn't count.
Chrono
There's
Trigger.
those three, which is the one that I missed? No,
Chrono
Chrono Trigger, Earthbound, Final Fantasy IX, and crap.
Suikoden.
No,
Golden Sun.
that'll be it. Oh, isn't that the Lunar game?
Nope. Golden Sun is its own game.
No, that's it. Those three, well, the first three, and Golden Sun as well. If you remade those games, not a remaster, but a full-on remake, and you did it in the 2D HD style, that, you know, Resonance is coming out in, or that Octopath Traveler was done in, or, you know, that style. You didn't change the story, you didn't do all that other crap with it. You did a whole remake of the game, just updated the graphics into that style, and updated some of the combat a little bit. I reckon that would be worth doing. You would sell a crap load of them, especially Final Fantasy IX and Chrono Trigger. I'm certain they would go off like a rocket if you upgraded that, rather than just trying to do a remaster and, you know, like they have been doing with call it the Dualux remake. They just splash a bit of upgrade the graphics and take away the tank controls and off we go. They actually invested the time to bring it up to spec so that it worked really well and flowed really well, but don't change the underlying pieces to it. It would be brilliant. And that's why I'm saying that list is wrong.
Well, the list is wrong because the list is way wrong because of Chrono Trigger to me. That's the one on the list that I'm like, all right, I think that y'all are dead wrong. I would love to see Chrono Trigger in all of its beautiful HD 2D glory. Like, shit, give that to Team Asano, let them do their thing, and let them move on with it. Like, it doesn't need to be... And this is where I think... This is what we've talked about before with Square Enix. This is where they get it wrong. They think everything has to be pretty, and has to be realistic graphics, and has to be brought up from the old look. Nah, friend. You could just give me the old look, but prettier. And that's it. That's all you gotta do. That's just give me the old look, but make it pretty. And then if you really want to wow me, give me some really cool cutscenes. Like that's one of the things that Resonance is doing really well. Like with the Visions, when you watch all the Vision trailers that have come out, which I recommend everybody go watch them. They're cool as shit. When you go see all of those Vision trailers, you see, and see, Nate even said Suikoden 2 did it right. He said it's the best thing he could have asked for. But like, when you look at it, you'll have Cloud doing a special move or whatnot, but it'll break away to like this really awesome cinematic of Cloud from the Final Fantasy games, from the remake styles, in that full-on realistic art, but it's in CGI. And so you get it all in the, not CGI, sorry, you get it all in this cinematic movie. And so it looks really cool. And then you go right back in to to your normal look, right? To the normal 16-bit look. And I think that's done really well. The Trails games do that, where your special moves, your ultimates in Trails games, even the older ones, like Trails from Zero, even that one, when you do your ultimate, you get this really cool cutscene with each one of them doing their special ability and all that. So like, it's really nice when they do that, and that's all I think it needs. Like, if you want to impress me, give me a HD 2D Chrono Trigger faithful to the original with prettier cutscenes. Cutscenes.
Yeah, cutscenes. I mean, even the graphics they use for Octopath Traveler 0.
That's it.
That'd be fine. It doesn't need to be, it doesn't. Yeah, I agree. It doesn't need to try and read like they did with Final Fantasy VII, and surely they learnt the lesson there. But they don't need to go back and redo everything and crank it up to what it is, because it just creates problems and whatnot. And think about how many JRPGs there are in that, the sprite style, 16-bit, 32-bit pixel, Breath of Fire 1 through 3 would be another one that I would say.
Well, Secrets of Mana.
Secrets of Mana, just give them that uplift and put them back out there. Don't spend $50 million doing the uplift. Just invest a couple million at most if you had to. You could probably get to a point where you can do the graphical upgrade and I don't know, use AI to do most of the grunt work and just transfer it over and then just crank up your QA team and make sure the QA testers are doing a good job. After a dozen of these things, you'd be able to mass produce most of them quite easily.
Well, and for Lord of the North,
go back and bring everything forward. And this is an entirely different conversation that we could have one day around games from the PS1, PS2, PS3, and Nintendo, Super NES, N64. All of those older ones can be fed through an upgrade tool and brought out on the current system without having to worry about investing tens of millions of dollars to bring something up to a modern day playable standard if all we're doing is making them playable on a new system with a graphic upgrade, and that's it.
Yeah. Quality of life.
That's a powerful thing. But anyway, yeah.
Quality of life is the other thing. So Aspyr did the re-release, the port of War of the North for Lord of the Rings. Okay, and I'm going to go back to that just because it fits here. What they also did was they made it to where you could play the game solo. They did that by upgrading and updating the partner AIs. So they now operate in battle a lot better. When you're solving puzzles and have to hit things at the same time, they've made those a lot better. And when I was watching Maddie's video, that's one of the things he pointed out. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. So you ain't got to worry about having... Oh, and also you can switch between all the characters now. And so, like, if you want to, you can upgrade all of them at the same time. And he was just talking about a lot of cool, like, little tiny quality of life things. Like, that little stuff
I've got to step out for a sec. Sorry.
That's fine. We're going to start GTA 6. Actually, what we're going to do first is we're going to do the PSplus month because I think this is funny. We actually only have 2 more topics for tonight, guys. So this is actually really cool. We got the PlayStation Plus catalog, and then we got Grand Theft Auto 6. And Netflix, which is just saying those 2 things in a sentence.
I think it's smart.
Oh, you're still here?
Smart. Yeah, sorry, I said that 2 seconds. So,
oh, okay. Listen, I'm used to your 2 seconds mean you have to go save the world and you'll be back in like an hour. Like that's
Oh, yeah, no, sorry. Yeah.
Hey, that must be a Wednesday only thing. You have to save them so they can get through the rest of the week. Okay, if you're back, then we're going to start with this. We're going to go ahead and start with GTA 6 if you're back. Because this is fucking insane. Like, I've really never... It's smart, stupid, good economically, good business, good marketing. I don't care. That is irrelevant to what I'm saying right now. It's insane to have a video game releasing that is big enough to command Netflix for your freaking premiere. Like,
so
what?
Hang on. Yeah.
They're about to be put in front of 220 set. Hang on. How many?
I've just researched it. Netflix has over 325 million paid subscribers worldwide.
Okay, cool. Now, how many of those people share accounts? Because you still can do it. So let's just time and a half that number. Let's say 500. What is it? 500 million at that point is what that would be?
Yeah, 500 million, yeah.
You are about to get your name in front of 500. So it's genius. It's effing genius, okay? I'm not negating that at all. But, guys, if y'all would have told me 10 years ago, Netflix, right, that there was going to be a video game that comes out that does its premiere and shows its extended look, its first look at gameplay, like, I would look at you and think you were ridiculous. Why are they going to do a streaming service? What the hell does Netflix have to do with video games? That makes no damn sense whatsoever. And yet, Now we're here. And to me, yes, it's genius. I get it. Chat, I understand. It's smart. Yes, thank you. But damn, how big is this freaking game? Like, Lord Jesus. It's wild. And it's because...
look, it's wild to consider it, but let's take a step back. Let's take a step back 10, 15 years. What was the main advertising point then? It was print media and TV. So games used to be advertised on television, right? And it used to be worldwide. And I was thinking about this. One of the highest watched shows in the noughties, in the 2000s, was Friends, right? Prime time, NBC, across the world, it was syndicated. At most, their average watch per episode per week was 20 to 25 million in the US alone.
Which is absolutely wild for a sitcom at the time. Go ahead.
Absolutely. But if you wanted a 30-second ad while Friends was on, you were paying 6 figures.
Well, yeah, because every single one of them for the last several seasons was making $1 million each.
Yeah. So bring that forward to today, where the streaming services are effectively network television to a large degree. Netflix has got, as you said before, over 325 million paid subscribers. There's a potential audience there of north of 500 million, which is, what's that? 250 times, it's 25 times bigger than what the biggest potential opportunity was 15 years ago. But the other reason that they would be looking at that is PlayStation may have the rights to it, Sony may have the rights to the advertising. They've only got 17 to 20 million max on their streaming services. So we're talking about, again, they're looking at a potential advertising point 25 times greater than the main part, the biggest players in the whole gaming social media area. So it is mainstream, big mainstream. Now, the other thing will be, how did they get the deal? Well, Sony does a lot of deals with Netflix, so that's probably how they brokered that to a large degree. I don't know for certain, but that's just an easy conclusion to draw if you look at it. So the question then is, well, if they've got, because you've got to have a paid subscription to be able to watch it. You can't get at it for free.
Well, so, you can 6 hours later.
You can 6 hours later. But for the premiere, how many new subscribers is Netflix going to potentially bring in? And then did Take-Two have to pay for this? Or is Take-Two going to actually make money out of this? If you've taken what was an advertising expense and turned it into an income stream, you should get, advance straight to go and collect the $200 million bonus, because they've probably just saved themselves $100 million in advertising, if that's the case. So,
also, I'm just thinking about, so think about this. Like, PlayStation has sold just shy of 100 million PS5s, right? It's like 90 something. Yeah, just shy. So, listen to this. You have that. You have Netflix then, who has 500 million daily users. I want to point that, like, these are, I guess that's monthly, but these are, for all intents and purposes, people get home from work, they sit down, they make their dinner. After dinner, they watch some TV. Generally speaking, folks watch a lot of Netflix, okay? It's not out of the realm of possibility. And when you load up Netflix, you have new or top in your region, and there's these things that slide across the top that show you like the top shows in your region or the top things that are coming up. They advertised a concert one time for Britney Spears, I think. Or no, Taylor, was it Taylor? It was one of the female stars. They advertised a concert for her on that. Like, that is getting that out in front of 500 million people in a very you can't ignore me type of way. And that's the difference. Like, I go in and I turn on my PlayStation, the little thingy pops up, news from your games. If I'm not following it, I may not see it. And so that is, like you said, it's extremely smart. But wow. And it's because I don't give a rat's rip about GTA, right? Like, that's why it's awkward and weird to me. But I also couldn't believe this for any of the franchises that I actually care about, because they're not nearly as big as GTA. So, like, you know, Final Fantasy 17 isn't going to get the premiere slot on Netflix because it's not going to pre-sell $3 billion worth of games. It's just like, it's freaking nuts, man. Now, I will say this.
Yeah.
I know I've made that comment now, but is this the wave of the future? Like, are we going to start seeing, like, is, you know, Resident Evil 10 going to end up being, or it's going to be called Resident Evil X. Let's just get over that. Is Resident Evil X going to end up being on, I don't know, Paramount Plus or HBO Max? Or are we going to start having them vying for, like, hey, the next big hit or big blockbuster that's coming out, we got to have it in here. It's got to be ours. Are we going to have them start fighting over this?
Well, maybe. But again, it depends on how many games have such a mainstream appeal versus, because again, you know, it's got to be a draw there. There's got to be a fairly strong business reason for this to be occurring. GTA 6, yeah, maybe one of the Call of Duties. I'm not saying, you know, no one talks about Onimusha outside of that. Monster Hunter is not that big. Run through, you know, NBA, FIFA maybe, Madden. But you think about what has the broader, you know, mainstream appeal, and even in pop culture circles as well.
So like Call of Duty?
And yeah, it's not a lot. There's only a couple. I mean, half the situation, if your kid's not playing Roblox, no one knows what Roblox is. Minecraft, maybe, because it's had a movie, but again, there's an awful lot of people who have no clue what Minecraft is. So it's, you know, the sphere of influence, I guess, is the big question there. Do we see this happening? I think this is certainly a let's try it and see. But as you're saying before, there's a massive compression of games coming September, October, November.
Nope, just September, October. No, November currently has, I think, like 6 games.
Oh,
and one of them is Ocarina of Time Remastered.
Oh, you and your weird taste of
No,
games.
listen, that's not me. You can, unless they've updated it in 2 weeks, let's games releasing in November of 2026. I'm not even joking. Last time I looked this up, it was like 5 games. 5 games. Like, let's do this. GameSpot has it. January, February, blah, blah, blah. Continue to cite. Shut up. I'm not allowing ads. Leave me alone. Let's get down here. Okay, November. You ready? Godzilla, Destroy All Monsters. Wielders of the Essence on PC. Barbie Rewind. Grand Theft Auto 6. That's what's been announced for November. I didn't make that list. That is from GameSpot. like, I'm not, and that was from August 7th. So that was literally 6 days ago. I am not making this shit up, bro. Like, everybody and their mother said, oh, GTA 6? You know what? We'll just give you the whole month. And then Nintendo comes out, oh yeah, well, we think Zelda can go toe-to-toe with GTA. And you know what? Maybe they're right. Maybe we get Mike Tyson in his prime versus, I don't know, a freaking Floyd Mayweather in his prime, even though I think Tyson kicks Mayweather's ass. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. Mayweather dances around too much. It's just, that's right. I know a little bit about boxing. I know enough to sound like I know something about boxing. But yeah, so anyways, and
look,
Hero, you're right. We're going to move on. I don't really care about GTA 6, but this is a moment in my gaming lifetime that I never thought I would see, so I wanted to cover it. It's absolutely a crazy time to see the... And it's to see the blending of... What's up, Jez? It's to see the blending of just the different avenues of entertainment. Like, we've had this blend now for a while where they've been taking video games and turning them into TV shows, and some have been very successful, some have been Halo Master Cheeks, and like you have some that are kind of right in the middle with like a Twisted Metal where it does just enough to get a sequel or to get another season, but it doesn't ever really blow the doors off of anything. Like, you have a wide range of these. Then you have the movies, right? You got Mario that has come out. Those are we've watched a shit ton of those lately. You got the Minecraft movies that have come out, or the Minecraft movie that came out. You got you have other movies that are all in the works. You got the God of War TV series, if it ever actually gets off the ground, which I think is going to be canceled. There's so much stuff and so much crossover that, like, logically speaking, okay, cool, this is like the next thing. But to actually see it literally made me drop my jaw. And so that's why I'm covering it. Not because I'm excited about GTA 6. Also, I have said, if after the game goes on sale, if people are hyping up the story that it's actually really good, I might just get it on like a deep sale and mainline the story. Or if the graphics actually look as advertised, I might get it anyways in some time early next year after Final Fantasies all get done and Tomb Raiders all get done. Just because, good God, the game is going to look gorgeous. But the last topic, and we might actually get done on time. This is freaking wild. Deep sale will be in 2031. You're probably right. In 5 years from now, it's going to maintain $80 for 5 years, and it'll just drop for like a week. Like, hey guys, you get it for $15 after this goes right back up, because you know why? Because we control where you can buy it now, asshole. Have a good time. Anyways, we're not talking about that. PlayStation Plus games catalog for August of 2026. This is one of two things. This is a please come back, or this is a we've known that we were going to be making this announcement for months in advance, and we knew that there was going to be a shit ton of backlash. So we gave you a really bad month 2 months in a row, or an okay month and then a bad month, and then now we're going to knock your freaking socks off. Because listen to this lineup. Helldivers 2, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Vampire Survivors, Hell Is Us, and we're not done yet. Like, that's not even all of it. You then come down, you get a Josh game right here in Yuma Samune Pretty Derby Party Dash. That's 100% a Josh game. 2 Point Museum, never heard of that. Metro Exodus, freaking sick. Amazing game. Dying Light 2 Stay Human. There's people who think that this game and this series is some of the best. Not as good as Dying Light 1 from what I've been told. But Dying Light 2, the Reloaded Edition, you get all the stuff, you get the updates, you get everything all in there. And then, smart enough, the PlayStation Plus Premium not only gives you one game, but it gives you 2 games. One of them being Onimusha Dawn of Dreams, which is a good tie-in because Onimusha Way of the Sword is out and everything. And then you get Disney's Atlantis, The Lost Empire, which, if I remember correctly, was actually a decent, okay movie tie-in game. It was one of the movie tie-in games that was okay if you could probably get past the controls. Like, that is a stacked month. Think about it this way. If you sign up for PlayStation Plus in the month of August, you have enough time in games there to get you through to January.
Easy.
Like, that's a good month. So, now, Faulkie, do you think, first of all, do any of the games, we're talking about the games, do any of the games stand out on this list to you? Because Hell Is Us, once I get through all of my stuff, Hell Is Us is going to be one of the ones that I play. So I'm excited about that. Henry Heck has talked that game up like every which way, and I'm excited to be able to play it. It's not one that I really ever wanted to spend any money on, because if I didn't like it, I didn't want to be out anything, even the inconvenience of going and getting it physical and then taking it back. But like if I have the sub service at the time, that's a game I'm super looking forward to. Uh, Helldivers 2, I'd love to play again, but Jez left me one time and now I have abandonment issues. And so I can't play that. He did it on stream and it just hurt my heart. So I can't do that now. But no, it's actually because I really suck at that game. But go ahead, man. Is there anything on the list that like stands out to you?
To me, so Helldivers 2, hopefully there's a whole new influx of people experiencing it, which is great. So those of us who are vets from Malevelon Creek can go back in and help guide the new ones through. The Thief support upgrade looks pretty cool. I haven't run around in there for a few weeks now. I've been sort of tagging in, doing a solo run here and there, and catching up with a few people every so often. But I'm looking forward to that one. What else was on that list?
So you had Helldivers 2, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Vampire Survivors.
That one. Vampire Survivors and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 are the two that they're on my wish list. And I really am keen to play Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 because I've heard the story is brilliant and people were raving about it. I'm not good at first-person games, but I think that one's slow enough for me to be able to enjoy. But Vampire Survivors, a few people that I know have played that and they love it. They think it is mad fun. It's great. The PS Portal, they said it was brilliant on PS Portal. So
be careful with Vampire Survivors. It is a game that you will play 20 minutes and you look up and it's been 2 hours. Yeah. I have purchased 2 expansions for it. So the thing that I don't like is the expansions on mobile are actually better than the ones you can get through PlayStation. So there is that. The Contra one you can get on PlayStation, and the Castlevania one is the next one I want to get. And every expansion is like $1.99. So like you're just like, oh man, I'm scrolling, I want to buy something, and it's like, oh hey, I can just go get a DLC for Vampire Survivors and spend another 15 hours in that game. And it's so cool. Like my son sat and watched me play a full run in that for like 25-30 minutes. And he goes, Dad, you just get to keep going? I said, as long as I can stay alive. Like that's as long as I don't die. And like I was doing the castle, not the linear library, but the castle. And I was trying to get all the way down to the to the big special thing, to one of the relics. And he goes, why are you not collecting anything? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, because eventually I'm going to open up one of these chests. It's going to have a blue thing in it. And all of these orbs that I have not collected will just come rushing into me. And he goes, well, are you going to survive that long? And I was like, I don't really know. So he just sat there and like watched me play for like 30 minutes. And he was like, this is so cool. And I was like, isn't it though? He goes, it looks super simple. I was like, bro, you literally just move your character. That's it.
Yeah. It looks like it's an absolute blast. So that was one of the items that I was looking at, and the other one was the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. There's some really good stuff in there, but I think it'll be interesting to see what happens with Helldivers 2, if it gets a bump or not. It'll be pretty cool.
People are gonna hate me. It's okay. I'll be the villain. I have enough friends in here that are villains also, especially if Nate's still in the chat. I'm interested to see how many folks come back to PlayStation Plus to get one or more of these. I'd love to be a fly on the wall. I just want to be a fly on the wall for one day, just to hear the statistic of, hey, we made the announcement and we lost this many people. We then did the thing that we said we were going to do. We stayed silent. Lynn Tao went out. She said what she said. And then we had August. And August came, and we're leading up to a big time for the gaming scene, a big 3 months, and we're gonna start it off in August where things are a little light still, and we're gonna give them so much crap, and after that we gained X amount back. I want to know the number, good, bad, or indifferent. I just want to know because I want to see how strong people's resolve actually is. Like,
Yeah.
because fun fact, I've been on the I don't pay for Plus year round anyways. Like, I've been on that train for a year now, year and a half. Right now I don't have PlayStation Plus, and I haven't for about a month. This will be month 2, and the only reason I got it back was because in February they did Cyberpunk 2077, so I got it back, and then Josh and I started playing some multiplayer games that required it, so I kept it. And also, Isu and I, when we played Battlefield, I kept it for that. And so there were a couple games that I kept it for, and I was like, well, you know, for the next few months, I'm not doing much of nothing online, so I'm just gonna cancel it. And that, but I've been that way for, like I said, for about a year and a half now. I've been doing that. And so folks are like, cancel your PS Plus. And I'm like, I've been telling y'all to do that shit for years. I don't know what's like, or for months. I don't know why this is a new thing. You're literally giving, that's why we only carry one streaming service in our house. Because Lord Jesus, we can only watch one at a time anyways. And so I hate paying for shit that I'm not using. It drives me nuts. And
oh, me too.
It's just it's so annoying. I see stuff in our garage all the time, and we're about to do a big clean out again. We're turning the garage into a weight room.
No.
Yeah, my kids are at the age where they're like, oh, I want to work out, and I'm like, yes, you do. I'm gonna cultivate that in you, so we don't have to worry about that when you're 30. Like, I'm gonna cultivate that crap in you now. I'm gonna make y'all run circuits out there with me. Oh, it's gonna be great.
Because you care. Because you care.
It's because I care. It's not because I want to see if they're gonna throw up. That's not why. I just want...
That's how you find the limit.
That is how you find the limit. But no. And so I don't like a lot of clutter, right? And so we have the garage. I'm like, we have shit. Why did we buy this? What is this for? Why did we need that? Like, what? I hate paying for shit that we don't use. It drives me nuts. And so I carry that around in a lot of different, like I've said before, thrifty is not just because I thought it was a really cool play on words and stuff like that. Like, it just is me. I'm just a cheapskate because I've always been poor. And now that I have more money to not be considered poor, I still keep that aspect of like, nah, dog,
well, that's how you got there.
That's right. That's how I stay not poor. But no, I think PlayStation did a great job with the catalog this month. I don't know if it's going to be enough to sway people. I haven't been on X, so I don't know if there's already campaigns that are going, it's not enough to bring me back. No disc, no buy.
I think they're just
and
they need to wake up, roll over, and change hands.
Yeah, that's called The Stranger. But it's like a little kid's nursery.
Honestly, it's a nothing. They can scream into the void as much as they like. It's not changing anyone's opinion.
We need better rights, and that's about all we can ask for. If you're not a fan of that, get out of gaming, man. That's all I can say.
To get better rights to digital ownership means you're not talking to the companies, you're talking to the legislators.
To the legislators, right. Because the company is going to do what the company can do until they get told they can't do it anymore.
Well, the only way you'll beat the company out in the lobbying is if the votes go against the company's money. And good luck getting anyone to do that.
Yeah, it's like asking for term limits on our senators. They have to be the one to vote that. That's not happening.
In a really dark, humorous way, if you keep voting in people who are 80 plus years old, there is a term limit that's going to be pretty short for some of them.
Hey,
So
that's not a bad idea. We thought that, though, but McConnell and Pelosi are still around. Actually, no, McConnell's gone, isn't he?
Mitch McConnell.
Didn't he die?
No, it was the other one that. No, Graham died.
Oh, that's right. Graham passed away. McConnell is 84. So that doesn't always work, sir.
That well, he's not voting because he's not in the house. But anyway. Try the other direction and started voting in a whole heap of 30-something-year-olds who know nothing about anything.
Yeah, that's how that goes. Hey, listen, at this point, let's try dating somebody different. Why not?
Well, term limit on your president. I don't know why they don't put term limits on your senators.
Us either.
It would make sense.
Quite honest with you. Anyways, that's not what we're here for. We're not here for the.
Tell them. No, we're not. But there are term limits effectively on the people who run some of these gaming companies and not others. And we're very quickly seeing the outcome of change in leadership versus change in perspective and what happens in one company. And the other company who's just changed their leadership after over a decade of the stale stuff is not going through the teething experience with any sort of painkiller. So
yeah, and
yes. Anyway, I think just to circle back what we were talking about with the PSplus stuff, I don't think it's going to be anywhere near as big of an impact. And this whole this boycott week that's coming up?
No, it already happened.
Yeah, good luck. Oh, did it? Isn't there one from the 20-something in August?
I thought it already happened.
It was from the 20th to the 26th.
I thought it was last week because there was no way I was not gaming last week. No, you're right. It's August 23rd. My bad.
So, good luck to the people who live on X in demanding that people who couldn't give a rat's ass about them actually do what they're told. Because I don't care. I'll make decisions for myself, same as you will, and same as everyone listening. We'll make our own decisions around how we want to be entertained and what our choices are. And those who think that we're all going to jump on the bandwagon because they think everyone's as equally upset as what they are. Sorry, lads and lasses. I don't care.
So
whatever the medium is, I'll accept it. And then if it's not suitable for me, I'll find something else.
And on some level, guys, I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say it's all roses, because it's not, and I've said that before. But like, I don't think it's as big. I think it's big. I think the news is big. I think that them having a shitty refund policy, along with all this other stuff that we've mentioned before, is rough. But I also think that this month was planned out long in advance, and it's a great month. And if you want to play these games, here's what I don't want to see. I don't want to see gamers shamed into not enjoying their hobbies. Because I stayed away from hobbies as a kid because there were stigmas attached to them. And that type of stuff is bothersome. And now that we're adults, we shouldn't be treating each other like children. Like, exactly. That's so. Fun fact: sometimes I do bring biblical stuff into the channel a little bit here and there, and the Bible clearly states that when I was a child, I spoke as a child, I ate as a child. When I grew up, I put away childish things. Like gaslighting somebody to make them feel like they aren't really gamers if they don't do this, or they're betraying the gaming community, the gaming culture, if they don't hop on a bandwagon, or if they don't support your decision to only play retro, or they don't support your decision to only buy physical, or they don't support your decision to go Steam or whatever. Like, then automatically, well, you're not a true gamer. Like, don't be stupid. Like, that's dumb. That's childish bullcrap, where you just start attacking people to try to prove your point, and that's not okay. And I don't like that, and I won't do that, because that's just not, it's not right. And
no,
People should be able to enjoy their hobby however they want. You have collectors and you have enjoyers, and you have enjoyers who are collectors. And for me, I am way more of just an enjoyer of video games in general than I am of a collector at all. So you telling me you need to stop playing video games, bro, I get 800 hours a year. I'm not giving up 20 of those just to try to prove some point that's not really going to make a difference. And and if you think that means, well, you're not for the gamer, okay, fine. I don't really care. Like, I really don't. I want better rights. I would love for Sony to come out and say, hey guys, we're reversing the decision. Everything y'all talked about and said, great. But I don't think that's going to happen. Lin Tao said, hey, guess what, guys? We heard it. We're cautiously moving forward, which is basically a nice way of saying we'll keep it on file. Like, that, if a company ever says, if a company ever looks at you and says, well, good, we got your resume, we're going to keep you on file, that means you're not hearing back from them. Sorry to burst your bubble. Like, you're not even getting an email. Fun fact, I applied for a job a long time ago at Frito-Lay. I was going to be one of their drivers, outside sales reps. And I had made it through second phase of the process. And they said, we'll contact you. This was all done online. And so they said, we'll contact you and we'll let you know one way or the other. And I said, oh, if you move on to the next phase. Because from what I had talked to from people who had worked for Frito-Lay, if you made it to phase 3, you were pretty much hired. And so phase 2, you know what I never got? I never got an email. I never got a text message. I never got a phone call. I never got nothing. As far as I know, I'm still being considered for employment 7 years later. Because I never, not once did I get anything from them. And it's kind of the same thing here. But yeah, Josh, I hear you, dude. We're going to keep moving because this was not part of it. I think that PlayStation has released this stuff at a good time. Any other point in gaming coverage and in the gaming landscape, I would say this is a hell of a month. If you enjoy PSplus, if you already have it, great. If you're looking for a month to sign up just to try it, this is one hell of a month to do it on. And so that's what I would say in that. Under any other non-physical media timeline, I would tell you that this is a great idea to sign up for it right now. It's awesome. It's wonderful. Now, balance that however the hell you want. This is a cool month. And if I didn't have other games coming out right now, I would be signing back up. Because this is a great month. Anyways, guys, we are 12 minutes past the 2-hour mark. Faulkie, thank you so much for coming on tonight. I was really, really glad you could. And it's always a great time. We finished all of the topics for a first time ever with you and I on a show together.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So that's good. Thank you, chat, Hero, and Josh for keeping us on topic. Thank you, David, for keeping us on topic. And as much as I've tried to screw that up, I appreciate y'all. Thank you for everybody who hit the like button. Stop in later, say hi, say bye, all of that. And yeah, start doing stuff. David, where can folks find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Faulkie87, and I'm really sorry, but I got to run.
Yep, that's fine. Hey guys, y'all can find me at Thrifty AAG on X, or you can find me, well, right the hell here. You can also see me in the Discord. And sometimes, occasionally, when I get to, I am on the Autoplayer podcast. And then I am also on, like I said, whenever I get a chance to, I have been able to sneak in on a couple of Will's podcasts. So that's the State of Gaming. And Wara Wana with the $2. Great show, Thrifty. Thanks, Wara. So yeah, we have quite a bit of games coming out. I hope y'all enjoy. Just enjoy gaming, guys. There's a lot, and if you want to make the decision to bounce, then bounce. But at least let other people still enjoy their hobby. Some people, this is all they get. And I know that sucks, and that's a really weird way to put that. But it is. And so enjoy the time that we have coming up. We're not guaranteed anything. I was hearing a story the other day of literally the guy was just in like his house, his living room, talking to a buddy of his, and like all of a sudden the buddy gets a phone call that their friend is no longer with them. And like you start thinking about like, what could I have done differently? What did I do something? Did I not? Did I blah blah blah? Like, and so it just really got me inside my own head today of like, man, our time is valuable. And so thank y'all all who showed up. Use your time to invest in the things that matter to you. I know PS is the best place to play, but I let people enjoy their PS5. Right. And Rachie, I know that you're an Xbox guy, and I love having you here. It's great. It's a great time, man. But yeah, y'all have a wonderful night, and I am out of here. Shout out to Faulkie again, and we will catch you on next week's Draft Night show.